Hello, this is Alessio. Welcome to this new video for the weekly best performing charts that I cover within the US stocks list. So let's start out with AVAV, AeroVironment Inc. So as you can see, basically I was expecting this update, by the way, is from August 3rd. So basically I was expecting a wave 4 to be completed. Most likely we had the low in place and then further upside. So if we just look at the chart now, what we can see is we had 5 waves up into what could be a wave 1. So now what we can wait for is an ABC to the downside to then possibly set up some trades. Once again, it's still early because this could be still a correction. In the event this is still correcting, then most likely this was not a wave 4. And because we will most likely break this high, a wave 1, so we would have overlapping waves, so most likely this was not a wave 4. But what is interesting though is that this still looks bullish corrective because the initial move down was in 3, not 5. So this is actually possible to have wave 1. So all we can do now is really wait for wave 2. So if we move on to the next chart, which is CDNA, the update is from August 3rd again, and I was expecting after 3 waves down to wave A, 3 waves down to wave B, and now either 5 waves down to wave C, or if this is a double correction in a double XY, then we would have just 3 waves down to wave Y of higher degree wave 4. So that was the update from August 3rd for CareDx, and here is what happened next. So I actually relabeled this as double XY as I mentioned. What are the differences? Well, as I said, the only difference is that we have 3-3-3 instead of 3-3-5. And yeah, I just labeled equality of wave, let's say A and C of wave Y. And if we look for equality of wave W and X, here is where it's at, which is around $53. So that is also a level to monitor. So we'll see which one is going to be. It will make sense to go around here, even to break this low by half a dollar, if not less, even 10 cents, just to get stops out of the way, and then we could do some higher. But once again, this looks bullish corrective, because the initial move down was in 3, not 5. So this could be a good setup for a swing trade that we can place to the upside. The next stock is ESLT, which is Elbit Systems, and the update is from August 4th. And I was basically expecting, after possible triangle completed into wave 4, 5 waves up. So I was just missing one more leg up, and then a pullback to the downside to possibly get into some longs if the pullback actually presents itself as a 3 waves move. What we had is a massive move up, which is fine. So all I can count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we may argue together that this is ABC, because actually you could say that this possible wave 2 is much larger than this wave 4. So the wave 4 at the same degree. Wave 4 is much larger than the wave 2 at the same degree. Yes, I can see that. So that is why this could be an ABC. Even if it is, then this wave A goes here, B is here. Of course, yeah, we actually could break this high, and then we just resume lower. So that is why I said we just need to monitor this and wait for eventual upside to come. Nevertheless, though, on the, let's say, a bigger picture, this is definitely bullish corrective, so we should still see upside. Worst case scenario, this is A. We have now some kind of sideways triangle into wave B, and then we have one less move down. Even if that is the case, we should just break this low by not much maybe, so we could get support on the $100 level and then resume to the upside. So that is actually the worst case scenario, let's say, the more bearish view. Otherwise, this is still fine. I don't see why it shouldn't be looked at this way. So the next chart is Hubspot. Ticker symbol is HUBS. This update is also from August 4th. And so basically after a 1-2, so a post triangle thrust, I was not sure whether this was wave 1 or 5, which is why so I just labeled it as wave 1. I said I stick to the more aggressive view because this move down is in 3. So I said this could be A, B, C, or this could be wave 2 completed, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I could count. So 1 and 2 and 3 to the upside. Eventually I was correct. So this trade worked out perfectly, and we had further upside. So this could be 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5. Well, I guess it depends. This could be just 1, 2. So if we want to look at like an estimate for minor 3, we can take our fib expansion tool, grab that, and see at least where equality of wave 1 and 3 is, which is up here. So yeah, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I would like to see, of course, wave 3 to $822. That would be very nice, but we'll get what we'll get. So we just monitor this, and we know that for the time being we can buy the pullback as long as they are in 3. The next update is from Nio. Of course, ticker symbol of Nio is Nio, Nio. The old update is also from August 4th, and at the time, all I was expecting is after a 1 and 2, I could see if I was down into wave A, direction of wave B, down again to wave C. So after this move up, which I could count on a low time frame as 5 waves, I was just expecting ABC to the downside to then resume higher. So if we analyze Nio now, what we could see is, I just changed the degree. It's still the same count, just change the degree. So here, this price action actually is what interests us the most. So of course we had wave 1, and we did have a pullback as expected. Now, if I take you to the hourly, and we try to analyze this together, so what I believe is pretty obvious, not obvious, but what might be clear. So here, let's say we can cut these as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, let's try to label the corrective move. So here I see wave A, I see 3 waves down. So just the fact that we have 3 waves down and not 5 should make us think that this should be bullish corrective if we are correct, because it's just 3 down, not 5. So it is also true that this could be A, B, and C. Either way, even if it's A, B, C, not 1, 2, 3, we're still missing one more leg up. So for trading wise, we still need one more leg up, which means we can still make possibly some profits, or the worst case scenario, get out at break even. So as I was saying, this is A. We have what could be a sideways B. We know that B wave can be quite sideways, so that will make sense. And now what is interesting is what is this. So to count this as 5, it's quite hard, I would say, right now, because you could have 1, 2, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4. So unless this is extending lower, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we need to go lower into a 3 of wave C. So we would have further downside. The only way I see that this is W, X, and now we're down into wave Y, and then we could see upside. What is interesting though is that some pretty interesting fib relationship have been met. So we went through the 1.618 and reacted higher from there. So I guess that we'll just need to see. It'll be interesting to see if we break through the equality and this, which becomes support once again. So if we break through this and this becomes support, I believe it's quite interesting. But yeah, I think this is interesting to monitor, because if I take you back to the daily and I zoom out as much as I can, here it is. So from the low of 2019, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and possibly now we are making primary wave 5. What is more interesting is eventually, if we do get wave 5, we will get an ABC. That ABC could be, so this 5 ways up and the ABC down. Sorry for the messy labeling, my apologies. But what I'm trying to say, if we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC, that could be higher degree wave 1 and 2 or ABC. Either way, we're still missing one leg up. So investment wise, I believe this is a stock to monitor at least. So yeah, just wanted to point that out in case you are an investor more than a trader. But I believe it's quite interesting to look at these things as well, just to get an idea of how powerful Elwave can be. Even, I believe that it's quite powerful if you take a relaxed approach to it without going too crazy. Anyway, next chart is Teladoc Health. Ticker symbol is TDOC. The old update is also from August 4th, and basically we had 1 and 2. Now you may argue this wave 2 was quite deep, but still it has not retraced more than wave 1, the advance in wave 1, which makes it valid. I know it's dangerous, but it's valid. So this was just the update. What I think is interesting is I want to take you to the chart right now. And what is interesting is, okay, we can possibly count 5 ways up into minor wave 1, 1, 2, 3, sideways 4, up in wave 5. Now, this would be a flat A, because yes, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it would have overlapping waves, so it's A, B, C, up in B, down into wave C. Now, of course, the question is this actually 1 and 2? So if I take you to the hourly, just like we did for Nio, it's very similar actually. Let me know actually if you agree with me. As I say, I'm always curious to know what you think. So let's say this is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I say this is 1. Directional move down to wave A. We know that wave A is usually the strongest move to the downside in the correction. We usually know that the angle of descent in this case is of a wave A is usually more aggressive than the angle of descent in the wave C of the same let's say of the same correction. So let's say this is A, sideways B, and then down to wave C. So once again, we try to look for some fib relationships. A, B, C. This could be wave B. So this could actually be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I would look for one more leg down, and then for something to happen around equality of wave A and C. So actually, just let me label it so that we know what we're talking about. Down in A, up in B. Here I mark B here because I see up in A, triangle in B, and then up again to wave C or wave B, and then possibly down into wave C. And wave C could be 1, 2, 3, sideways 4. So one more leg down to complete wave C, which could complete wave 2, and then we could see upside. So yeah, let's just monitor this level and see what happens. So that was it for me today. Hope you enjoy the content. Let me know if in the comments if you have any questions or anything you would have marked out differently. As I mentioned earlier, I'm always happy to know what you think, and thanks for watching.